You probably don't believe in Slenderman, right? Well, what if I told you that 2 little girls did? So much so that they apparently talked to him.
Oh, take orders directly from him?
We're scared of him actually existing.
I wasn't afraid of what would happen if I didn't. I was really scared, knowing that Slender could easily kill my whole family.
And eventually, it went so far.
Why would you hurt your room? It was necessary.
There's a lot more lore and details you kind of have to know about Slenderman in order to understand what these 2 girls are even talking about, and to get to the bottom of what they saw. So to quickly go over it, Slenderman is an entirely fictional, fake character. He was literally created for a Photoshop contest to create paranormal images, and he was created in 2009 by Eric Knudsen. He then created this image of Slenderman standing behind a group of kids, which off the bat is extremely eerie, knowing what happened with kids near a park later on. Now that you guys understand everything about Slenderman, the story really gets started with the 3 girls. So the 3 girls, Morgan, Anissa, and Peyton, they're at a sleepover nearby, and the next morning they go to David's Park. That's where we're at right now, David's Park. But this is where things get actually terrifying. So they're playing hide and seek around here, and they make their way over to these woods. Just to be fully clear here, these were the coordinates I found online, but I don't know if it was this exact spot or really close by. They get to these, I believe these woods, somewhere around this area. Anissa tells Peyton, put some sticks and leaves over her. They're just saying it was the game. And then she takes out a knife, a kitchen knife that she brought from her home, and she stabs her 19 times.
Pushed her to the ground, face first, and went ballistic.
Like, for a kid to do that too is like, just doesn't make sense. Keep in mind, this is all because of Slenderman. Because Anissa believes she was protecting herself by basically sacrificing Peyton. Peyton is still here in this forest, and she basically crawls out, it sounds like, because they just left her. Luckily, a biker sees her and calls help.
Okay, sir, are you with her right now?
Yeah.
Is she awake?
She's awake.
Is she breathing?
Yeah, she's breathing. She said she can take shallow breaths.
Is there any bleeding going on?
Her clothing has got blood on it.
Morgan and Anissa said they were going to get help, which is just a little bit weird. And then they left. They started walking. This is where the girls walked. It is about like a 20-minute walk, and they basically just washed up here.
So they have blood all over?
I'm assuming so. Well, I don't know. Like, they had to have a little bit. This is where they washed up. I don't know if it was like part of their plan. And then they started walking north. And this, honestly, to me, is where it gets just really, really creepy. It goes from like a terrible situation to just really creepy. All right, so we're driving right now to where Anissa and Morgan got caught. They fully believed this. They believed now they were safe, now they were good, and now they would have like, they would be, I guess, like literally like chill with Slenderman. We've been driving for a second. We're still 2.5, we've done half of the drive at this point. They're still walking. It definitely gives you an idea of like
Their health?
yeah, their mental health. So they walked all the way to this furniture store, which, like I said, is like 6 miles away from where it originally happened. And this is where they got caught.
Morgan started contemplating whether or not we should face our consequences or keep going. So then I laid down on the grass, and that's when one of the deputies said, put your hands in the air where I can see them, and then they got us.
And then we finally figure out where they were going. They tell the police they were going to Nicollet National Forest to meet Slenderman.
Supposedly, Morgan found out that Slender lives in the middle of Nicollet National Park.
But why did they think Slenderman was here? And this still isn't adding up why they did it. So we went to the forest to go over more about Slenderman and hopefully get answers to all of this. If you look up, where is Slenderman? Where does Slenderman live? Where's Slenderman's mansion? Everything says this forest. The real case we're going to get into, that has to do with this forest. These girls that believed in Slenderman believed that he lived in this forest and were trying to get to his mansion. We're using a night vision camera right now. Here's a quick visual of no night vision, so it's what we're seeing. If you're watching this, you probably do know what Slenderman looks like. Tall, white, blank face. Like, imagine my face, but with no face. I guarantee if you ask, like, almost any person around our age,
yeah,
they'd know what Slenderman is. I've always wondered why he wears a suit.
He's a businessman. Bro got a mansion, a business suit.
Yeah, maybe he's just a hustler.
Yeah.
This is apparently what happens if you see Slenderman. You get the Slenderman sickness. So you get paranoid, experience nightmares, develop delusions, potential memory loss, experiencing insomnia, potential memory loss, nosebleeds, potential memory loss, also potential memory loss.
Did you forget potential memory loss?
Oh yes, potential memory. We're both just standing here for hours. And potential teleportation experiences. 1 second, I'm right here. 1 second, I'm behind you.
Whoa! How'd you do that?
Before we get too deep into the Slenderman stabbing, all of this I'm going over is just off the internet, so it really makes me wonder if that's just where they were believing absolutely everything. But that's still a little bit crazy to me, so I looked into some other Slenderman incidents/sightings to see if there was anything there. In 2017, in Grisham, Oregon, residents reported seeing a person dressed as Slenderman walking around town in broad daylight. This caused concern, prompting some to call the local police. I feel like you'd be able to tell the difference, because between a costume and like a really tall dude with no face with like tentacle arms. Next one is in the UK. Multiple residents reported sightings of a tall, thin figure resembling Slenderman. See, this one sounds scary because they're not saying Slenderman costume. One resident claimed to have seen the entity in their bedroom, describing it was an 8-foot-tall creature with a white face and razor-sharp fangs. Also, people in the UK, their teeth are a little... These were kind of completely different and didn't help at all. So we kept looking around in the forest. Maybe there was something carved into a tree. I don't know. I could see Slenderman being in these woods. Like, he just looks like another tree.
A tree with a business suit on, yeah.
Look at that dapper tree over there. I'm gonna start snapping pictures, dude. One of these pictures might have Slenderman.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Dude, that was Slenderman. I'm taking pictures. If I were to see something.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was Skinny Man.
Skinny Man. Dude. That actually scared the hell out of me. As we were just saying, oh, this isn't real, we're not scared. Okay, we heard a noise over here. Dude, these photos are pretty eerie. Fresh tracks.
Slenderman tracks? Oh wait, that is feet.
It is pretty long legs. So we got one right here. Two huge.
Oh yeah.
And then... Oh, I just ruined the track. I just ruined it.
Wow.
There goes our evidence.
Shit detective.
Shit. Slenderman. Slenderman. If he did talk, how do you think it would sound?
Sorry, what?
I thought there would be more of a reason that they were trying to get there, but it really just seemed like they looked it up and it was the first answer that popped up. That's it. And they just fully believed that. So when they got caught...
He said, oh, and there was one thing I forgot to tell you. I kind of sort of made a deal with Slender, saying that if I didn't kill Bella, that he either would or could kill our families and everything we love.
This just shows that they fully believed in this and fully believed that they were trying to save themselves, trying to save the people they love. But I would actually be probably terrified as a police officer. You're looking for two 12-year-old girls who stabbed another 12-year-old girl. Already creepy situation. And then they tell you we're trying to get to Slenderman's house 200 miles away from here.
I would think they're possessed, dude.
I actually might. I might think I would actually be, that's crazy.
You know what I believed in? I thought that one thing was real, the smiling lady, the Mimo.
My parents like sheltered me from social media. I don't think I ever really heard about Slenderman when I was younger.
Damn, you really had no
I
childhood.
was homeschooled.
Really?
For 4 years. Wait, what the hell? It's all really confusing right now. I'm confused. I'm sure you're confused. This is where it starts to make sense, is when the court hearings start. So this goes to Waukesha County Court, where we're at right now. Before we get into this court case, the really creepy stuff about this is when investigators started looking into like laptops, the girls' rooms, all that stuff, they found multiple drawings and like things written about Slenderman. They found thousands of searches about Slenderman, including how to get away with murder. The case starts in June 2014, where both of the girls, Anissa and Morgan, are charged with attempted first-degree murder with intent. Flash to August 2014, the judge found Morgan incompetent to stand trial.
2 doctors who examined the girl had submitted reports saying they did not think she was competent.
Then, in October of 2014, Morgan was diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Morgan Geyser, the girl accused of planning the attack and wielding the knife, has been diagnosed with schizophrenia.
So now this all starts to make sense. Then by December of that year, the judge ruled that both girls could understand the charges and the aid in their defense.
A psychiatrist says Geyser has grown enough to understand the situation she's in.
Flash forward to the year 2015, there were a bunch of talks about the girls' mental health and just state of mind, because obviously this was a really odd situation. They genuinely believed they were saving their families.
Did you feel bad? They just stab one of your best friends.
I thought about it, but then I decided that remorse will get me nowhere.
They tried to move it to juvenile court, but the judge denied this.
Waukesha County Circuit Judge Michael Boren ordered they be prosecuted as adults.
They've committed an offense that is serious, it's frankly vicious. It was a premeditated attempt to kill someone.
And then in August 2017, about 3 years after it happened, the girl Morgan, not the one who stabbed her, the other girl, pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of second-degree homicide due to mental illness.
Anissa Wire pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of second-degree attempted homicide as party to a crime.
She was then sentenced 25 years to a mental health institute.
And that 25 years is a maximum commitment, but Anissa Wire could be eligible for release as soon as 2020 when she's 18 years old.
She ended up getting out a few weeks ago.
I deeply regret everything that happened that day.
This is just a guess. She's probably on a lot of medications. Like, I know usually people that have that severe problems gotta take some crazy pills to feel normal, I guess. I wonder if she's like completely like fine now, or if she still has like minor things. Slenderman, completely fictional, not real at all. It somehow turned into a real scenario. Thank God the girl is alive. Like, that's amazing. I always said, when I heard of the story, I heard she died. What's really cool is the girl that did get stabbed, she's big into mental health, and it doesn't seem like she holds any grudges and stuff. So that's really cool. If there's anything we should learn from the story, it's... Guys, to put it simply, do not believe everything you see on the internet. If you or any of your friends think you might be having or dealing with some unknown mental health problems, please just tell someone so something bad doesn't happen. Go join my Reddit, Discord, subscribe, and... Do you guys love goth girls? This is gonna sound like I'm capping, bro. I got a swipe by a goth girl that said, I hope that shirt is right.
I got like a few compliments from like these goth girls. They love me, bro.
That's okay.
Like,
that's
this
not
is like
true. That's not true. But if you guys do want to buy the merch, I have the Goth Girl merch. Of course, fire. If you're like a Ghostbuster, but you don't quite catch the ghost, you just edge them. Ghost Edger is the shirt for you. Skinwalker. I think my dog's a Skinwalker. Dang it, these are generational hits, guys. Is the first link in the description.